Welcome to Spiritual Psychic with Sarah Wiseman, where you'll learn how to unlock the secrets of spiritual intuition and your own psychic gifts. Here's Sarah.
Welcome to Spiritual Psychic. Today we're talking about what is enlightenment and how can we have it as part of every day. We're working from the book, Messages from the Divine. We're teaching the book. So a lot of people have this idea that enlightenment is this thing that gurus do after decades of meditation for 6 hours a day or more in silence. And then one day in the meditation room, after all of these years and hours of meditation, solitude, silence, the monk just has this nirvanic epiphany and they're like, I'm enlightened. And this is actually a part of the culture of many belief systems. But now that we are moving into different times, we have different ways of approaching things. And in truth, enlightenment can happen to anyone at any moment. It is not it can be acquired by hard work. That's one way you could get there. But really the universe determines enlightenment. You know, you could be a wonderful meditator and never have enlightenment, or you could be kind of like playing the role of the fool and have an enlightenment. So this idea that enlightenment comes from gritting your teeth and suffering and sticking to it and taking a long, long time is an older belief. It's also a somewhat male belief, male culture in religious systems. However, if we take the view, and I think those systems are great, and I think if you're interested in them, though, you should do those. But what we're talking about is this different perspective, this modern perspective that is fitting who we are now as emerging souls or expanding humans, becoming conscious. And this idea of enlightenment as this switching over into understanding yourself as soul, and having a lot of the awakening experiences that can come at that moment, this big rushes of energy or dissolving into the universe, or these many other ways that sort of let you know you're being enlightened, right? And I don't know that it would be possible to have a major enlightenment, a giant Kundalini awakening, or a giant complete dissolving of self. I don't think it's possible to have that every day, at least not for any kind of period of time. That would sort of burn the circuits. It's just too much. But we can have this state of kind of like a more diffuse enlightenment, a gentler form of enlightenment, and we can exist in that state every day. We can have moments in every day that are filled with that vibrational energy. And I think people miss these because they think they're not important, or maybe it's because we don't quite have words for these sweet moments where everything just opens up, and maybe there's a synchronicity, or there's a connection, or you see something just so beautiful, or you're just standing there and you just feel everything kind of dissolve a little bit. We can have these in every single day or multiple times a day. And some days seem to be kind of loaded up with more of these events than others. I don't know why that is. Some days seem to be very full with this joy and bliss. Some days seem to be not so much. But the point is, we can create room for this way of engaging with the universe multiple times a day. maybe even more than that. And that again, this whole idea, when we go into state of being, this is where we find the bliss and joy. We're told by our culture that we're going to find joy everywhere else. It's like it's the last place to look, is just being and relaxing and having this spaciousness. Again, money, materialism, power, popularity. We're told those are what you want. But that's not where it is. So when you're seeking this idea of enlightenment, just start with allowing yourself more spaciousness, and just notice what starts to happen and what you start to feel, and you will very soon be experiencing these enlightened states. Again, maybe not the grand enlightening every time, but this gentle state of consistent enlightenment always. I am Sarah Wiseman, and we're teaching the book Messages from the Divine. You can find me at sarahwiseman.com.